Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video I am going to be giving you an update on some of Liverpool's transfer news. So let's delve straight into the topics. So I am going to be giving you some news on Bukayo Saka, who currently plays for Arsenal. I apologise if I have pronounced his first name wrong. Also, going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Timo Werner, and then a bit later on in the video, I'm going to be giving you some news on Phillipe Coutinho and that. But yeah, so we are going to start with the news on Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. So according to the Football Insider, Liverpool have expressed their interest in Saka from Arsenal. Now, I've got to make an admission. I think Bukayo Saka has enjoyed a very, very good breakthrough season with Arsenal. I think he has played on the left-hand side, quite a lot of times, throughout the course of this season. His versatility is also very, very good, is Saka's, because he can play as a left winger. He can also play as a left back, and he can also be deployed as a wing back, can this player. Now, I don't see, how Bukayo Saka would get in Liverpool's team, to be quite honest with you, because Liverpool have got Andrew Robertson, who's one of their left backs. I think he's probably, one of the best left backs, to be quite honest with you, in the Premier League. They've also got Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, and they've obviously, got the likes of Mane and Salah and stuff like that. So I just don't see how Saka would get in Liverpool's team. Now, I think Bukayo Saka, I think, has got around 13 months left on his contract with Arsenal. And I think he's on around, is it £3,000 a week or something like that. Arsenal have got no intentions of selling Saka, but, I think, they want to sign him a new 5-year deal. Reportedly, contract talks have been put on hold due to the coronavirus pandemic. Saka, by the way, is only at the age of 18. But I think he has done really, really well for Arsenal, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. And don't forget, Liverpool have done business with Arsenal before, because don't forget, was it a couple of years ago, Liverpool got Oxlade-Chamberlain off them. So that's coming out from the Football Insider, that Liverpool have expressed their interest in Saka, but Arsenal, don't want to lose the player. And I think he's played around 20-odd games for Arsenal this season, if I am right. And I think he started around 12 games as the player. But yeah, he has done really, really well this season. And, he has still got a lot of years ahead of him, as Bukayo Saka and that. So yeah, so recently, Liverpool have expressed their interest in the player and that. And obviously, they'd want to keep him anyway, because Arsenal have obviously, had Kieran Tierney injured. Also, too, they've had a few other injuries as well. So Arsenal do know how much of an imperative player that he is and that. So yeah, so they're hoping to get him a new 5-year deal. If they can get him, this new long-term contract as well, obviously, they will put an increase on his wages. So there you go. So that's the latest news on that. Now let's delve into news on Timo Werner from RB Leipzig. Now the news on Timo Werner is that Liverpool are now planning to sign Timo Werner. They're planning to sign Timo Werner when the Bundesliga is finished. And I think the Bundesliga is starting on the 16th of May. But the main explanation why they want to now try and sign Timo Werner at the end when the Bundesliga finishes is because, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, which is an Italian publication, they've come out and said that if RB Leipzig failed to win the Bundesliga, Timo Werner's release clause does drop from 52 million to 44 million, but his release clause at the moment is around 52 million pounds. Now, don't forget, it confirmed the other week that Liverpool have been in advanced talks with the player over a possible transfer, and Timo Werner's already confirmed that he does want to join Liverpool. Because don't forget, back in February, he described Jurgen Klopp as one of the best managers in the world. And obviously, he recently turned down a move to Bayern Munich, did Timo Werner. Don't forget, my club, Manchester United, have also expressed their interest in him. And I think also, too, Chelsea have been tracking the player. But like I've said to you before, I'll reiterate what I mentioned in my other videos. For Liverpool to get Timo Werner, obviously, they're going to have to sell either Salah, Firmino or Mane, so Timo Werner can get game time week in, week out. Obviously, it said that Liverpool had offered him a contract the other week. I think it was a 5-year contract they offered him, worth around 9 million plus bonuses. And Timo Werner's versatility is very, very good, because he can play as a central striker, but you can also put him on the left wing and you can also put him on the right wing. So if Liverpool do make any signings, I think, they will recommend Timo Werner in. Obviously, recently though, Liverpool did suggest that they might not make any signings in the summer, due to the financial issues, because of the coronavirus pandemic. So it actually said that Liverpool had put their summer spending on hold. Now, Timo Werner is into his 4th season with RB Leipzig. Like I've said to you, Timo Werner has 88 goals in 160 appearances for Leipzig in all competitions. He's got around 72 goals in the Bundesliga. He's still under contract with RB Leipzig until 2023, so still got a good 2.5-3 years remaining on his contract. He became the youngest player, by the way, to reach 200 Bundesliga appearances. I think Werner's only the age of, 23 or 24. Leipzig did pay around, was it €10 million for him from Stuttgart back in 2016. He was also a revelation at Stuttgart because he became the youngest player to ever represent them, and then he became their youngest goal scorer ever, did Timo Werner. But Liverpool have been relentlessly linked to him. They've been in for Timo Werner for years. So that's the latest news regarding Timo Werner, and also to Di Marzio, who's a very reliable Italian journalist. He's also come out and confirmed that Timo Werner will leave RB Leipzig. The RB Leipzig sporting director came out, was it last week, and he confirmed that Werner will leave. He also put Dyer Upamecano into the equation as well. So he's confirmed that them two players will leave and that. But Werner will only leave RB Leipzig if he can, get a transfer to Liverpool and that. So yeah, so that is the news on him. Obviously, quite a few weeks ago, Liverpool were in for Kylian Mbappe. So yeah, so Liverpool have got quite a few players on their agenda because, Liverpool do want to continue this dominance up. Because obviously, they've enjoyed an exceptional season. Don't forget Liverpool went on a 44-match unbeaten run. And obviously, Watford were the team to end their 44-match unbeaten run. But, they still did very, very well to go unbeaten in 44 games. And I think Liverpool, still remain unbeaten in 50-odd games at Anfield in the Premier League. So Anfield is a fortress. Like I said, Liverpool only need 2 wins, to clinch their first ever Premier League title and to end their 30-year drought. And Liverpool, of course, are sitting 25 points clear of Manchester City. But when they do win the league, it will be Liverpool's 19th title overall because, they have won 18 old first divisions and that. In reality, Liverpool don't really need signings, but, they probably just need signings, to continue this dominance up, like I mentioned. Obviously, if Liverpool get injuries as well, they're going to need backups and stuff like that. Put into the equation as well, players are going to leave Liverpool in the summer. I think, maybe they could get rid of around 4 or 5 players in the summer, could Liverpool. So let's just put that into the equation. And, and Jurgen Klopp now is into his 5th season as Liverpool manager. Obviously, Liverpool recommended him in from Borussia Dortmund back in 2015. And I think he's managed over 200-odd games for Liverpool in all competitions as Jurgen Klopp. Don't forget, Jurgen Klopp extended his contract earlier on in the season with Liverpool, so he's under contract with them until 2024. I probably can see Jurgen Klopp seeing out the remainder of his contract. When he does eventually, decide to leave Liverpool, I think he will make a return back to Germany. Jurgen Klopp so far, like I said, has won 3 major honours with Liverpool. He won the Super Cup earlier on this season, he won the FIFA Club World Cup, and he won the Champions League at the end of last season. So when they win the Premier League, it will be Jurgen Klopp's 4th major honour as Liverpool manager and that. So there you go. Like I've said to you, I think the players are going to get rid of. Liverpool have got an idea of the players they could be getting rid of, and that's Nathaniel Klein. Like I said, Nathaniel Klein is very, very injury prone. Doesn't even get in Liverpool's team anyway. He's probably one of their backup right backs, is Nathaniel Klein. Also, too, I think they'll get rid of Dejan Lovren. Dejan Lovren, has been, so inconsistent from my own perception. But I think actually, Klopp's got a lot of time for Dejan Lovren. Also, too, I think Adam Lallana is expected to leave them on a free transfer. Also, too, Shaqiri, I think, Liverpool will get rid of him. Also, too, Dico Origi. Well, actually, there's a possibility chance that Origi could stay with them, even though Origi's one of their backups and, he doesn't really get in the team. I probably think one of the best games Dico Origi enjoyed was Liverpool's 4-0 win against Barcelona last season in the Champions League when he did score twice. So let's just put that into the equation. I think they'll also get rid of Harry Wilson, probably on a permanent transfer. I think actually, no, Bournemouth are keen on getting Harry Wilson permanently. So there you go. And obviously, another player as well they've been in for is Kalidou Koulibaly. But I give you the news about him, the other day. But I just don't think there's a lot of trustworthy in this. I probably think Kalidou Koulibaly will end up staying at Napoli. Liverpool would have to make him their most expensive signing and the most expensive centre-half in the world, to convince Napoli to offload him, because Liverpool are planning to partner up Koulibaly with Virgil van Dijk in their back line, but I do not see that happening, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. Like I said, Liverpool have spent around £460 million since Jurgen Klopp got recommended in. So, like I've said before, they have been very, very sensible with their recruitment of Liverpool. They really, really haven't that. Obviously, they've let quite a lot of players go as well, since, Klopp came in. They've also recruited a hell of a lot of players in several years. But, yeah. And like I said, Jurgen Klopp is the best manager that Liverpool have had in this generation. Like I've said to you before, they've had a lot of good managers up and down the generations. I think Brendan Rodgers enjoyed one good season with them. Obviously, Kenny Dalglish, don't think he was a good manager, but was a good player. Don't forget they had Roy Hodgson. He was actually, a very, very bad manager, was Roy Hodgson. They had Rafa Benitez, they had Gerard Houllier. So they've had some good managers, and they have had some bad managers, have Liverpool. So yeah, revert back to what I said. If Liverpool make any signings, they will sign Timo Werner. They really, really will. I think Liverpool have also got a lot of good young players coming through as well. They've got a good senior squad, but they've got a lot of good young players coming through. That Nico Williams looks very, very good. They've got that Van der Berg. They've also got Harvey Elliott, that Curtis Jones, scored in his senior debut against Everton. So they have got a lot of good young players coming through. They really, really have. Liverpool were unlucky not to win the Premier League last season, because Liverpool last season finished on 97 points. They only lost it by 1 point. And, Liverpool are hopeful that the season can resume. So obviously, they can try and break Manchester City's record from a couple of years ago, because a couple of years ago, don't forget, Manchester City did finish on 100 points. But, I think a lot of players have played well for Liverpool this season. Salah, he's a world-class player, but I don't think he's been clinical this season. I think the likes of Mane and Firmino have been in much better form than him. Henderson's enjoyed a very, very good season for Liverpool as well. Robinson's done well. Trent Alexander-Arnold's done very, very well. Virgil van Dijk, he's probably Liverpool's best player. Of course, Liverpool did pay £75 million for him from Southampton back in January 2018. So Virgil van Dijk's been at Liverpool now just over 2 years. He won Premier League Player of the Season and the PFA, I think, in his first season. And there was a period as well where no player managed to dribble past him. So that just indicates how good Virgil van Dijk is. I think Milner's still looking very, very strong for them, even though, he is aging up. I think Fabinho, has been a very, very good signing for Liverpool as well. So they have got a hell of a lot of good players. But, I think Liverpool can get Timo Werner. And another one of the main explanations, not only because he wants to join Liverpool, it's because Liverpool have recruited, quite a few players in from the Bundesliga in recent years. Don't forget they got Naby Keita off, was it RP Leipzig, I think. And, Liverpool got Naby Keita, yeah, and, Werner, will reunite with Keita. They also got Firmino from the Bundesliga, didn't they, if I'm correct? They also got Joe Matip from the Bundesliga. So they have recruited quite a few players in from the Bundesliga, have Liverpool. They have recruited quite a few players in. But yeah, I think, they can get Timo Werner on the board. Adrian, he's been bad for Liverpool, hasn't he? I think Liverpool did get Adrian on a free last summer. Adrian is Liverpool's second choice goalkeeper, but he's received a lot of criticism from a lot of Liverpool fans. Obviously, reflecting on his calamitous mistakes that he has made. He's actually, cost Liverpool points as well as Adrian. So I think, he's probably someone else, that Liverpool could get rid of. They did obviously, sign Takuma Minamino as well back in January, don't forget. Liverpool paid around 7.25 million for Takuma Minamino. Some people think, Liverpool will probably they'll end up getting rid of him because he isn't getting enough first team opportunities. He has played in some of the cup games for Liverpool this season, but he seldom starts in the Premier League unless Takuma Minamino, can get more chances going on into next season. I don't know, but we shall see what happens about that. But yeah, so that's the latest on, Liverpool's transfer news. Now, let's delve into news on Phillipe Coutinho. Now, these are possibility chance that Phillipe Coutinho could return to the Premier League. But if he was to return to the Premier League, what team would he go to? Now, Liverpool, certainly won't take Phillipe Coutinho back. I think there's been some reports in the mainstream media saying, that Phillipe Coutinho's, inquired about the possibility of going back to Liverpool, but I don't think, Liverpool would accept this. Obviously, Liverpool sold Phillipe Coutinho back in January 2018. They sold him to Barcelona. Liverpool, of course, got £142 million for him. And what they did out of that money, they generated that 142 million. They went and bought Virgil van Dijk for 75 million pounds, and they went and bought Allington for 67 million pounds. So what they generated, they did good business getting them two players. But, they also made a huge profit on Coutinho because Liverpool paid just over £8 million for him from Inter Milan. Because actually, Phillipe Coutinho began his senior career with Inter Milan. So he won't go back to Liverpool. But I think, Phillipe Coutinho did enjoy 5 good years with Liverpool. Now, Phillipe Coutinho's versatility is very, very good. He can play as an attacking mid. He can play as a winner, a striker. I think in the past he's also been deployed as a secondary striker. So, yeah, he will not go back to Liverpool. Chelsea as well, don't forget, it said quite a few weeks ago that they'd expressed their interest in Phillipe Coutinho. So, there's a possibility chance that he could go to Chelsea. Recent reports have also suggested out as well, saying that Newcastle have expressed their interest in Phillipe Coutinho. Now, I think Newcastle's takeover is close to completion. This has been going on for quite some time now, this saga about, Newcastle getting taken over. I think Newcastle's new owners are the Saudi Arabians. Don't forget, they are worth 200 odd billion. Some reports have been totally contrasting and said they're worth around 300 billion pounds are these owners. But if Newcastle get taken over by these Saudi Arabians, they will be the richest Premier League club. And the Saudi Arabians are run by Amanda Staveley. Don't forget. I think the Saudi Arabians are going to pay around £300 million to take over Newcastle because Mike Ashley, quite a few weeks ago, agreed to sell the club. Now, Mike Ashley, has been Newcastle's owner for a good, 12 or 13 years now. So Newcastle will be hopeful, that they can get their club taken over. So if they get taken over, Newcastle are planning to recommend Galactico signings in. They're also looking to recommend Mauricio Pochettino in as their new manager to replace Steve Bruce. Probably Newcastle aren't going to stick with Steve Bruce. He said from Sky Sports the other week that Newcastle are willing to offer around £19 million to Pochettino to recommend him in. And he says Newcastle may have to pay just over £12 million to Tottenham to also get Mauricio Pochettino in that. So there you go. But yeah, so Newcastle have expressed their interest as well in Phillipe Coutinho. Now, Phillipe Coutinho is on loan at the moment with Bayern Munich. Obviously, Bayern Munich have got no intentions of getting, Phillipe Coutinho permanently. And of course, Barcelona don't want Phillipe Coutinho back. He's been so inconsistent at Bayern Munich. He was so inconsistent at Barcelona. And by the way, I just want to confirm as well, Barcelona want to avoid paying an extra £17 million to Liverpool because it did mention in one of the media outlets that if Phillipe Coutinho was to make over 100 appearances for Barcelona in all competitions in the La Liga, then Liverpool would be entitled to an extra payment from Barcelona of £17 million. But Barcelona, would not want to pay this. How old's Coutinho? Is he like 27 years of age now or something like that? So, do you think he could make a return to the Premier League and that? Maybe he'd do well if he went to Newcastle. Maybe he'd do well if he went to Chelsea. And he is well Premier League proven anyway. I thought he was good at Inter Milan as well, before he went to Liverpool. Coutinho also had a loan spell with Espanyol. I think he actually, at that point, he played under Mauricio Pochettino's guidance. That's when Mauricio Pochettino was at Espanyol and that. So there you go. If Newcastle weren't to get Pochettino in, I think, they are considering getting Rafa Benitez back. Don't forget, Rafa Benitez, resigned as Newcastle manager last summer and that. So there you go. Newcastle have had other players on their agenda, such as Dries Mertens from Napoli. I think he said there was a rumour the other week saying, that they was going to put 300 million in for Kylian Mbappe. But there you go. And obviously, you saw my video that I did this morning, didn't I, regarding my club, Manchester United. So I will be doing another video later on, guys. It will be about my club, Manchester United, because as you all know, I'm a Manchester United fan. You saw my videos that I did, was it yesterday, if I can remember. Obviously, I give you the news on Icardi and Aubameyang, because there was reports coming out from Italy saying that, Icardi could go to Arsenal as part of a swap deal of Aubameyang going to Inter Milan. There was also, Santi Cazorla's confirmed that he does want to return to Arsenal at some point. I also give you the news on that. So there you go. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.